Okay, so we have all the ingredients here for gluten-free pancakes. We're going to be using buckwheat flour. Now, a lot of times buckwheat flour is a little bit coarser than normal rice flour, but in this case it's a very, very fine powder. And a lot of times you'll mix it half and half with regular white flour. Since we're making gluten-free pancakes and this is a really fine powder, we're going to just use the buckwheat flour. Here's the basic recipe and the cookbook of the major ingredients that we're following. Now, of course, the 1 cup all-purpose flour, we're going to be using buckwheat flour. Now I'm going to add 1 cup flour, so I'll do 2 of these half-cup scoops. Now we'll do 1 tablespoon of sugar. Now we'll put 2 teaspoons of baking powder in. Now we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That really isn't much. You don't need to measure it. That's good. Now we're going to add 1 beaten egg. Normally we'd be using the farm fresh eggs that we get from the chickens, but right now they're not laying, coming out of winter here, so hopefully the production will start picking up a little bit. The egg in. Now we're going to add 1 cup milk. In this case we're using almond milk, but normal milk will work just fine. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. So those are all the ingredients to make 1 batch of it. I'm going to double the recipe, maybe triple it, just because we're feeding a lot more people. Alright, so I tripled the recipe. You can see we got a lot more in here. And I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up. You want to scrape down at the bottom a little bit and around the edges, where sometimes the machine will miss it, so you don't want to have like clumps of flour that haven't been mixed yet. Alright, so this is done, and we go ahead and start cooking the pancakes. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start placing the pancakes on the skillet. Oops, dripping at the bottom a little bit. If you want to, you can put just a little bit of like vanilla extract into the batch here, and it tastes really good in the pancakes. Personally, I like it. If you don't like it, then you don't have to put it. Now we can go ahead and flip these pancakes. Now we'll start pulling these off, put them onto a plate. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and put some butter on here. While they're hot, everything will melt together, and we just finished boiling down the maple syrup, and we're going to put some of that fresh, natural maple syrup right on top. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and make a cut through here and try out our pancakes. These are 100% buckwheat, so these are also gluten-free. And those pancakes are good. The fine buckwheat flour worked great, just doing a full buckwheat flour, no 50-50 mix. And I like these, they turned out really good, and I'd recommend doing it yourself.